I do want to talk about curiosity and the courage to be curious. Because I do think it takes courage to be curious. Because sometimes when we're curious, we have to let go totally and completely of something that maybe we thought was so true. We're in boot camp right now, and one of the directives is to, what do you really believe that you can't shake yourself off of? Or that nobody could shake you off of. And what I've come to understand about that I think that your beliefs are fluid, and that if we're curious and open, we have to be willing to challenge those beliefs, whatever they are. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck in the mundane and the old. We won't give ourselves, we'll miss things if we're not open to saying, oh, I just always believed that way, or even, I believe God is this. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people in here that grew up in philosophies and religions that, like I did as a Catholic, thinking God was this judgmental God, and he was out there somewhere, and no matter what I did, if I hadn't been curious to find out, like, what does that really mean? Could that be true? Is it true? Is it not true? I would never be here, standing here knowing now that this presence and power that I call God is right where I am. It's not anywhere else. It's not up in the sky. It's everywhere. It's in all of you. It's expressing through the trees, the ocean. I would never have known that if I hadn't been curious and I wasn't willing to let go of something that I thought so firmly that I believed in. So it's just an important thing. And what's courageous about it is, and I think that's what we're going through now, is this idea that we have to stay in this sometimes because we're in a shifting place where we really don't know what's going to happen. We're just in the unknown. We're totally in this thing called liminal space, which is like right in the middle of what we thought we knew. We're like kind of hovering in this place, and we don't know what's coming next. And it's giving me chills because it must be what people go through, like maybe when they pass, like when they die from this plane, when they're maybe still holding on, and it's that unknown that they're letting go of everything that they knew in concrete, conditional world, and then they don't know what's coming next. And so there's that liminal space, but I don't think we have to wait till that moment for us to experience that. We can do it right now. We can be willing to be curious. Like, if you think of all the great inventions and things that happen in the world, all the great minds, look at Galileo, for instance. I read about him this morning, everybody's telling him that the earth is the center of the universe, and he gets curious about that and decides that maybe that's not true, right? And so, and it isn't true. At least not now. Maybe there's going to be another time where it is true. I don't know. But right at that moment, he risked his whole life and everything else to be curious and to think something different than what he knew. So, for myself, I've been very in that liminal space lately, and it's not comfortable. It's very uncomfortable. But what I do know is that there's something within me and something within each of us that will take us through whatever is next. So I don't have to worry about it. I can just be right here and right now, and I can just say to myself, it's okay not to know everything. It's okay. It's okay to say, I don't know. It's okay to feel that and to feel safe feeling that. And I've been feeling that a lot lately. When I was a little girl, I was always in trouble. I don't know how many here were the black sheep of their families. We were just the black sheep because probably we questioned every single solitary thing everybody told us. Not necessarily that we went out and acted upon it, although some of us did, like me. But read my book. But it's okay to be curious. It's okay to question things. Who was it? Susan Sarandon, who said, you know, actress Susan Sarandon, who's one of my favorite actresses, they used to tell her that she had too much original sin, the nuns, because she questioned everything. So, but if we don't do it, like when I took consciousness studies, I had to question again, what did God mean? What was God? And then this topic came up that God was evolving with us. And that like shook my ground, because I was like, well, how could God be evolving? There's this perfection, and it's there, and it's static, and it's expansive, but how can it be evolved? Well, it is. That's what I believe right now. It's evolving with us. But you know why? Because we're evolving. So it would make sense that God would be evolving too with us, as us, since it is us. It's a lot, right? But I think it's good. So what I would encourage you to do is just keep asking questions and not be afraid to like try something new. And if it doesn't work, you can always turn away and say, you know, I don't want to do that, or, you know, it was the wrong note for me, or whatever. I shouldn't be doing that, or whatever. You can always do that as long as it's coming from a place of sincerity and love. And I think, you know, going back to the vision statement, that's one of the challenges we have in the world. Is just like Galileo figured out that the Earth wasn't the center of the universe. We're figuring out that we're not the center of the universe, that there's a lot of other people that are there with us in unity. You thought you were, right? Well, we are. But we all are. So that's one of the things that causes like the separation, is because we think it's our world, and we're not going to, it's us, and we're not really thinking about what other people might be thinking or what they feel. So when I was doing this, and I went back to what Patrick and I first wrote when we came here and what we based our whole ministry on. And I wanted to see if it was still true. And when I read it, I saw that a lot of it was based in the idea of curiosity and what if. That was the message. This meant to me, like, what if? So this is what we wrote. Why does Center for Spiritual Living Kaua'i exist? Because we believe that humanity will finally walk the earth as the spiritual man and woman that they are. We believe that all people will one day see each other as equals. We believe that we will trust the higher laws of the universe and live by them. We believe that love will guide every thought and word and action. We believe that we will finally realize that we're 100% responsible for our experiences, because we are 100% responsible for our reactions to them. We believe that illness will one day be something we used to experience. We believe that our first nature will always be kindness. We believe we are meant to be happy no matter what. We believe that we will feel safe no matter what, because we will know that a power backs us, lives through us, and is always in our favor. And we promise to live these beliefs to the best of our ability. We use Center for Spiritual Living Kaua'i to share these principles with the world. We serve where we can. We teach by empowering others. We see the best in every person we meet. We find ways to brighten someone's day every day. We listen. We rest and relax when we need to. We need to work on that one. And encourage others to do the same. We provide a space where people feel safe to explore their spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical lives. And by doing these things and gathering others who share this dream, we believe the tipping point will come, and the spiritual man and the human man or woman, however you want to put it, will finally realize they are one. So I wouldn't change anything in there, but I would add that I'll always be curious about every one of those things, and I'll always be curious about the science of mind teaching, and I'll always question everything, because I know that only by questioning can we evolve only by questioning. So what if? What if there was no illness in the world? What if? What if? You know, what if everybody could be abundant and everybody got along? What if? But those are the questions. So thank you. Thank you for listening. I love you, and I'm going to bring Gary back up here to sing for us again, and I'm so grateful.